What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the Midgar Falls floor B96 battle. Um, this battle recommends you have a 350,000 power. I was able to clear it with only 295,000. You can see here I don't have a single weapon. I did not use a single weapon that is OB6 or higher here. Maybe I did use them in sub weapons, but for the main or offhand weapons, there are no OB6 weapons here. Let's take a look at the fight. What are we fighting? We're fighting against Iron Giant, and the Iron Giant is weak to water, so you do want to use a water DPS. He is not resistant to anything, so you could use other elements. You would think, but normally you could. But in the battle info, it has it says enemy non-weakness damage taken. You'll do 50% less damage if you don't use water. You're gonna do 50% less. So really, I would say unless you have like a really strong maybe OB10 non-water weapon, you really need to use water here. Okay, so you're gonna want water DPS. For sigils, he only has a diamond sigil phase, but you won't need a diamond sigil weapon for him because you have plenty. It gives you plenty of time to clear diamond sigils just with your regular abilities or materia. So that's nice. We don't need to think about sigils for this fight. For immunities, he is immune to poison, so you can't use bio on him. Also immune to magic attack down, which it doesn't matter because he doesn't do magic damage. But he is immune to magic defense down, which could matter if you're using water magic damage. You're not going to be able to reduce his magic defense. So it says he has extremely high physical attack, uses many physical attacks. He only uses physical attacks, so you only need to worry about your physical defense. So you want to buff your team's physical defense, and you also want to debuff his physical attack. It says he does use Mighty Guard, which increases his physical defense. It increases his physical defense by a lot. So if you're using a physical water team, you need to bring physical defense down to clear this. Otherwise, your DPS will do very little damage. Yeah, so that's the boss. Okay, it's a pretty simple boss. It's because he only does physical damage, and he doesn't really do anything special. He's just it's just physical damage. He just constantly hits your team with physical attacks. But what you need the only thing interesting is you need to clear his physical defense. That's about the only mechanic you need to worry about. Okay, and then going back to the battle info, yeah, you said right. He takes 50% less damage from non-weakness damage. So non-water damage is going to do very little damage to him. He has extra HP. Your summon potency is increased, so Leviathan would be great here, but yeah, mainly Leviathan is going to do a lot of extra damage here. Yeah, so let's look at the party I decided to go with. I decided to use Cait, Sith, Matt, and Glenn. Glenn is my main water physical DPS, and Cait Sith is my buff debuffer, and Matt is my healer. So let's take a look at our main DPS first. Let's take a look at Glenn. I'm using his Water Arcanum, which gives water plus 35% water potency. In the main hand, using his Stream Slasher, it's OB2. You only really need this. I would say maybe even OB0 would work, but ideally you want this at least OB1. At OB1, you'll get his C ability will increase to 600%. I think OB0 is maybe 500. Yeah. So if you have it OB0 500, I think that's enough too. But yeah, luckily mine is OB2 to add a little extra 100% to 600% water damage. In the offhand, I am using Slay the Day, which is the perfect offhand for Glenn. It only costs 3 ATB, and it decreases physical defense, which is very important, remember, because the boss has increased physical defense, so you need to reduce that. And it also increases Glenn's water potency, so that's really good, because, right, Glenn is here to do the water damage. I did leave mine at low. I just pulled this recently on the free pulse, so mine is still level 1. I mean, I could level it, but I wanted to try just using it at level 1 to see if it was enough. Anyway, it was enough. So for the limit breaks, I talked about Leviathan. Leviathan is going to do 100% extra damage on this floor. And it's also water damage, which is perfect. And for materia, they're all stat sticks, right? Because there's no sigils to break in this fight, so you're just using physical attack stat stick materia. And for the sub equipment, we've got Black Whiskers for physical attack and water potency. We've got Motor Drive for physical attack. And last we have Orthodox Raven for HP, a little bit of survivability, and then more water potency. So for Glenn's stats, he has 9,800 HP, 4,900 physical attack, and 127 physical defense. For his R abilities, he has level 5 in water potency, and then the water arcanum, and that's all he has really. So yeah, that's Glenn. He's here for water DPS, and also he's here to clear the physical defense down. Yeah, really nice. And next, let's look at Cait Sith. Cait Sith is here for buffs and debuffs. He's not really going to do much damage. He'll do some damage, but yeah, he's here for buffs and debuffs. So for the costume, I don't have really a costume for him. This one was free on the Monster Hunter event. It gives physical attack, which doesn't really matter, but it will help a little bit with his auto attacks. It gives magic defense, which doesn't matter at all because this boss only does physical damage. But for the main hand, using Marching Horn. Marching Horn is here for the C ability. It boosts physical attack, so this is here to boost Glenn's physical attack. Yeah. And in the offhand, he has Green Megaphone, this is here for some water damage, right? It does 450 water damage. It's not a lot because his magic attack is low. Not really going to do much damage, but mainly it's here for the water resist down. So when Cait Sith is 50% or higher, the Green Megaphone will do water resist down. So that's the main reason this is here. For limit breaks, using Toy Box, this is his second limit break. This it's a low charge speed, 800, so you can cast this quite often, and this decreases the boss's physical defense, which is good because that is the main debuff you want on the boss for your DPS. And for materia, again, materia doesn't matter in this fight, so these materia are just stat sticks, mainly physical defense. I focused giving Cait Sith physical defense because he's just here for buffs and debuffs. I could have focused on magic attack to make Green Megaphone do more damage, but he only has 2,300 magic attack. This is really not going to do much damage anyways, so I just decided to give him physical defense just to be safe. For sub equipment, he's running 4-point shuriken. This is for HP to make him a little tankier, but actually it's mainly here for the buff debuff extension to make his physical attack up last longer, and also to make the water resist down last longer, and also to make physical defense down last longer. So buff debuff extension is quite important for a, Cait Sith is here for buffs and debuffs, so that is his main stat. I also give him even more tankiness though with Oven Mitts. This is giving him even more HP and even more physical defense. He's actually very, very tanky. You can see he has 181 physical defense here, and 11,700 HP. The last slot is just Stream Saber. This is boost physical attack to all allies, so this is going to increase Glenn's physical attack. That's Cait Sith. Okay, so he's tanky, and he's got level 3 buff debuff extension, so the buffs and debuffs will last 80% longer. Okay, and finally we'll go to our healer. Our healer is Matt. Don't have any outfits for him, so I gave him the Professor outfit, which doesn't really help here, just like Cait Sith, but it's the best I have. This gives him boost attack, which will increase his damage a little bit, but as a healer, Matt's not really going to do much damage. It also boosts magic defense, which again, this doesn't matter this fight because Iron Giant, it only does physical damage. So not really an outfit, but that's okay. Matt is here because of his other reasons, like his main hand. I'm using Centipede. This is for AoE healing, and also this will increase physical defense to the entire team, which is really important. And then also Matt is here with Slick Beetle, which is going to decrease the physical attack of the Iron Giant. So Matt is the perfect healer for defense, for survivability, right? He's going to increase physical defense, and he's going to decrease physical attack. And not only that, he's using Vanquishing as the limit break, because the Iron Giant does increase its own physical attack, so you can use Matt's Vanquishing to clear the Iron Giant's physical attack, and then after you clear the Iron Giant's physical attack, then you can use Slick Beetle to decrease it even further. And for materia, these are all just stat sticks for healing stat sticks. And in the sub equipment, I gave him Komoro Wand for survivability. It's giving him 37 points in HP, but also for buff debuff extension to make his physical defense up and physical attack down last longer. Using Grand Gloves here, it's just for the increased heal, 38 points in heal. And also using Guard Stick, which also is just here for the heal. It gives him 40 points in heal. So for Matt, you're looking at 11,000 HP, 114 physical defense, and 3,459 heal. So he's quite pretty good heal power and good HP. He does not have much physical defense, but that's okay because he's going to buff and debuff for that. So that's the team, right? So you've got Glenn as the main DPS, but Glenn is also here to reduce physical defense. You have Cait Sith for a lot of buffs and debuffs, and you have Matt for healing and buffs and debuffs. And with that said, let's take a look at the fight.
これより戦闘状態に入る。 況は把握した。
愉快だね。
お楽しみといきましょうか。